Human fascination with mountains long predates the era of modern mountaineering, and past generations have associated them with all sorts of spiritual, mythological and symbolic significance. In this video we count down 5 unsolved mountain mysteries. On a spring day in 1612, Peddler John Law was walking along a road near Colne in Lancashire when he was asked by a young woman called Alison Device for some of his metal pins, the merchandise he was carrying from town to town. However, the peddler refused and moments later he fell to the ground paralysed on one side. Alison later confessed her guilt, saying a spirit in the shape of a black dog had appeared before her on the road offering to punish the peddler. So began the chain of events which led to the Pendle witch trials. 4 months later, along with 9 others found guilty of using magic, Alison was hung on the moors of Lancaster. Centuries on, Pendle Hill, which looms over Lancashire with a mysterious energy, has become symbolic of the Pendle witches. In the late 1700s, Napoleon was looking for ways to get more funding. Stories of gold had been floating overseas to Europe along with ships filled with the stuff. So he ordered an expedition that left New Orleans, travelled through what would become the state of Kansas and ended up in a place now known as Colorado. While here they struck gold. They probably extracted about $5 million, though one estimate puts it at $33 million. Things seemed to be going well with the Native Americans in the area, but something happened. There was a battle and they chose to bury their treasure to keep it safe. One version of the story says that only 17 to 35 men got out of there and made a dash for the front range and the plains, but they were hunted down. They were attacked again on the front range. All but one was killed, and he was said to have made it back to Kansas and made 2 treasure maps. Later, a man named William Ewell claimed to have had one of the maps. He headed up an expedition that looked around the south and west sides of Treasure Mountain but found nothing. Despite detailed descriptions, no one has ever found the gold. Viewed from Loch Rannoch, the pyramidal shape of Schiehallion radiates significance, and unsurprisingly, of all Scotland's mountains, it's the one most richly draped in mystical and legendary associations. Positioned almost smack in the centre of Scottish mainland, its name translates as the Fairy Hill of the Caledonians. It's known for being home to defensive, supernatural beings prone to dragging those who intrude into their homes to the underworld. It's also said to be a stomping ground of a blue hag who freezes the landscape and scares locals. Located at the base of Mount Fuji, Aokigahara is perhaps the most infamous forest in all of Japan. Legend has it that in ancient times, family would abandon people in the forest during periods of famine when there was not enough food to go around. By sacrificing family members to the forest, there would be less mouths to feed and therefore enough food for the rest of the family. Because of that, Aokigahara is also said to be haunted by the souls of these abandoned people. In addition, there are many other ghost and demon stories associated with the forest. It's said that these ghastly spirits glide between the trees with their white shifting forms being occasionally spotted by unsuspecting visitors at the corner of their eyes. Known as the Big Grey Man of Ben MacDhui, it's the name given to a creature that is said to live on Ben MacDhui, the second highest mountain in the United Kingdom. Stories about the Grey Man have been recorded as early as 1791, though the most famous account was given in 1925 by a highly respected scientist and mountaineer who was on the mountain in 1891. Actual sightings of this creature has been rare. Despite the lack of sightings, the Grey Man has often been described as being 3 meters in height, with very long arms and legs, an ape-like head and covered in short hair. The Grey Man has also sometimes been compared to the Yeti of the Himalayas or the Bigfoot of North America. Nevertheless, the Grey Man is not a creature of flesh and bone, but it's been likened to a ghost. Regardless, all who claim to have encountered this creature were filled with dread. So that was 5 mountain mysteries. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more countdown videos.